Welcome back. This is the final session in our six-part series, Unlock the Power of Jobs to be Done. I'm Brent Schmidt, a partner in Agile Innovation Advisors. If you're joining us live, please use the comment section below and let us know which city you're located in. It's great to know that you're with us. Have you seen the shocking statistics published by Pendo? They report that 80% of features in the average software product are rarely or never used. 80%. In a related note, Forbes reported that $29.5 billion was wasted building poorly adopted features. What a waste, a product and marketing investment. If you've been following the series from the start, you'll recall we discussed in the first session that a poor understanding of customer needs is a key reason that products fail. However, simply knowing customer needs does not go far enough. There's another level of insight required, and that's what we're focusing on today. So get ready to take some notes. We're going to share the master key to unlock the power of jobs to be done. Remember to participate in the discussion. Drop your questions in the comments section. We'll get to them after the presentation portion of our time. All right, Zach, let's dive into week 6.
Great. Thank you, Brent. And welcome back to all of you. Again, I'm Zach Lyons, managing partner of Agile Innovation Advisors. And today we've come to the end of our Jobs to be Done Foundation workshop series. So far, we've talked about why jobs to be done is important, the audience you're creating value for, what functional, emotional, and social jobs are, how to deconstruct a functional job into a job map, and how we define customer needs as the metrics customers use to measure success in getting a job done. Now, if you missed any of these, I suggest you queue them up next. There's links in the comments below. In our final session, we are going to discuss what is a market opportunity and how we identify them. If you are a product or marketing leader, this is the customer input you need to develop your product strategy, pinpoint your value proposition, and shape your product roadmap. So up until this point, we've focused on defining and deconstructing the job customers are trying to get done and gathering their measures of success when doing the job. As a result, we now have a full set of 50 to 100 needs for the core functional job, organized by job steps. That's great. However, what we don't yet know is which needs should be the priority for our product and marketing activities. We could take the peanut butter approach, spreading our efforts evenly across all the needs you see here to avoid missing something. Alternatively, if we determine which ones are the priority to customers, then we can avoid wasting time and money developing features or solutions to needs that no one cares about, like the 80% of B2B SaaS features Brent mentioned that are rarely or never used. So how do we determine which needs are the priority? Using a survey, we have customers, or as we call them, job executors, rate each need using a 5-point scale for both importance and satisfaction. Look, there are different methods for implementing this, but this is the most straightforward approach. And whatever method you use, the goal is to pinpoint which needs are both important and not well satisfied to job executors. That is a market opportunity. Here's what the survey results look like. This is what we call the heat map of market opportunity. Each need is listed underneath each step of the job and color-coded, giving you a visual of where opportunity resides. Needs that are red or dark orange are the biggest market opportunities. And we often get asked about the green boxes. Well, those needs are typically important and well satisfied, what are called table stakes, that still need to be addressed, but will not drive product success. However, if you ignore them, they can lead to product failure. So how can you use the heat map to drive your results? Well, needs that you already address well with your product or service you should use to improve your messaging and positioning. And needs that you could address well with new product or service features, you should prioritize ahead of other features in your roadmap. And needs that you don't address today, you should use to drive the creation of new solutions. The heat map provides a single point of truth about the market so that product teams can stay focused on the customer. We also use the heat map to guide additional customer interviews we conduct after completing the survey to analyze and synthesize related opportunities. This time, in follow-up interviews, we ask the job executors, why is that need important to you? And why are you not satisfied with your ability to address it? Our goal here is to understand why the need is an opportunity. So as a result of these interviews, we create opportunity themes. An opportunity theme is a group of related needs that are important and not well satisfied, an identification of what's in the way and what the customer wishes to achieve, and finally, a what-if concept to help stimulate ideas. So for example, when applying for a new account, current customers want to ensure it is efficient so they don't waste their time. A what-if concept that was brought to bear for this opportunity theme was looking at what Starbucks does to make it simple for customers to make a repeat purchase. So by grouping related needs into themes, the team now has the right level and amount of input needed to develop their own desirable solutions. So how do you do that? Well, after constructing a cross-functional team of experts, we recommend utilizing an efficient, rapid, and low-risk process to set priorities, generate prototypes, and gather feedback from potential customers. We call this process a jobs to be done solution sprint. And the goal is for the team to swiftly move from market opportunities into solution development while boosting collaboration and breaking down organizational silos. Since we've been using the example of opening a new account at a financial institution throughout the workshop series, I thought I would share what our client, a leading credit union in the San Francisco Bay Area, did to create an industry-leading account opening process. By studying the job of opening a new account, we identified that their customers, called members, dislike having to start over when they change account opening channels and being required to provide redundant or unnecessary information in the application. Also, members overwhelmingly want to stay in the loop at every step in the account opening process so they know where they stand and what is next without having to contact customer service. As a result of this insight that we gathered, the credit union implemented a save and resume feature that allowed members to change the channel they use to open an account without having to start over. They also started pre-filling known information about a member into the application, got rid of questions that weren't needed to open the account, and provided more ongoing communication. Although seemingly relatively minor changes in themselves, taken together, the credit union cut the time from opening a checking or credit card account from 21 plus minutes to less than 6 minutes. It's a huge improvement. Also, and perhaps more importantly, their application completion rate for deposit accounts increased to 67%. Now, Javelin ranks the credit union as having the 8th best online account opening process in the industry. Another quick example that really highlights the power of using jobs to be done to identify market opportunities and a solution sprint to develop desirable solution or solutions comes from a large 100-year-old Canadian bank we work with. The company was grappling with deposit growth in Canada. And by studying at a granular level how consumers manage their day-to-day cash flows, we identified that consumers want to save, but really struggle with the discipline to do so effectively. As a result of this insight, the bank focused on developing a solution to this key issue. They launched a new banking product called Simply Save that was the fastest adopted in their history. It works by allowing customers to specify ahead of time how much they want to transfer into their savings account each time their debit card is used. It's simple, but quite effective. And by the way, this concept was subsequently copied by Bank of America in the US, called Keep the Change, and later became the basis of the fintech company Acorns. So to summarize, we've covered really a lot of ground over the last 6 weeks. And if you're going to take away anything from our workshop series, you should really understand these 3 things. First, a market for innovation purposes is best defined as a job executor trying to get a job done. This gives us a forward-looking perspective that can be used to understand how customers define value beyond today's solutions. Second, customer needs are associated with a core functional job organized by steps in the job. They are what a customer is trying to get done quickly, predictably, and efficiently so that they can get the job done perfectly. And third, turning market opportunities into desirable solutions requires not just identifying important and not well satisfied needs, but also understanding what's in the way and what the customer wishes to achieve. You now have what you need to frame up a jobs to be done study, begin identifying customer needs, uncover market opportunities, and drive innovation and growth in your business. Brent, let's open it up for questions and answers.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach. So if you do have any questions, please post them, and we'd be happy to answer them as we have in past sessions. I always have a few questions ready to go as well that we often get when we work with our clients. But we'll give you a few seconds to post some questions, and then we'll get to them here.
Yeah, last week we had so many good questions. It was great.
Might be a bit quieter this week. We'll see. Why don't we start with this one? So why don't you jump back to the heat map, since that's a key artifact.
Sure.
In the work that we do. Yeah, there you go. So as you identified, there's these different colors that are obviously produced as a result of certain information that we gather and identify which are the top opportunities. But there's still a lot of red and orange in there. And how does a product leader or a team decide, like even within that kind of cream of the crop, if you want to say, or the cream on the top of the coffee, which of those do you focus on? How do you decide between them?
Yeah, it's actually a good question. So this obviously represents a market perspective. It's an outside perspective of what your customer or target audience cares about. In other words, what's important and not well satisfied to them. But there's a lot here, probably more than most teams can focus on. So what we typically recommend for our clients is to really start with what we call sort of internal criteria, your internal management criteria. In other words, what is the business? What's the business strategy? What do you want to be known for? What areas do you think you have strengths? If you're an entrepreneur, it could be as simple as what problems here interest you the most. And so the idea being that you have this perspective from the market. And now you're thinking about, as a business, where do you want to focus? Where are your objectives? I will say this, though, in the long run, the companies that come along and help people get more and more of these needs satisfied, usually on a single platform, because then it's the least expensive to deliver the solution, will win in the long run. So you have to keep that in mind. If you're going to focus only on one red box, let's say, eventually a competitor may come along and do more of those red boxes, and they're going to beat you. But having said that, today that could take years to develop, right? So depending on the industry and the solutions. So today you might say, well, where are our competitors doing a good job, and where are they not doing as well as good a job? And so you could use a competitive analysis as well as your internal criteria to say, okay, this need here, this is something we want to be known for. Our competitors aren't doing a good job in satisfying this need. Let's make that sort of our unique value proposition and make sure the feature really does a good job there.
Right. So you're really triangulating what's the customer value, what's the company value, and where's the competitor weak. Ultimately, is kind of the combination you're looking at there.
Exactly. And I would add that everyone talks about developing a product strategy if you're a product leader. Well, What is that, right? It's just what you're going to do and maybe not what you're going to do. And this almost makes it explicit, right? Which boxes are you focusing on? That's your product strategy. And where are you not focusing for whatever reason? You can't be good at everything, right? But you need to be good at some things that matter. So this can really help you develop your product strategy, because this is where we're going to be good. This is what we're going to be known for.
Right. And we've seen clients print this out and put this on their wall. Like, what's your experience there, Zach, in terms of how clients utilize this heat map of market opportunity?
Yeah, one of my favorite examples of this is a team that was developing a new solution, and they went off into a war room to basically kind of begin working on the product. So they printed a huge 6 feet by 3 feet version of this, put it up on the wall. So as they were having conversations about the product strategy, the roadmap, they could go back to this as a reminder, as this point of truth about the market, and say, okay, that idea, does it address one of these red boxes that matter to customers that we as an organization want to focus on? If not, then maybe we should table that. It's a good idea, but let's just put it back and focus on the priority. So it can really help keep the team focused on, the North Star and all these other ideas, right? By having this visual sort of ever present as you're working on things. I think it's a great approach.
Right. Awesome. Let's talk more generally in terms of, we've shared a mixed method approach, with qualitative and quantitative, using a survey and another round of qualitative that we talked about. And others that do research maybe lean on qualitative or lean on quantitative. What's the value of this combination, especially when we're thinking about jobs to be done?
Yeah, I get this question quite a bit, so it's a good one. Look, every approach to measuring something inherently has some pros and some cons. So qualitative research, right? You can go deep, understand the customer, really understand the nuances of what each customer is saying. I even like one-on-one, because you can go deeper than in a focus group. Surveys don't give you that, but they give you statistical confidence. It's not just 1 or 2 or 3 people saying something, but 300, 500, 1,000 people saying it. So why not use both? That's how I believe it, right? Why fight it? So, we use a multiple platform approach here, right? We start with qualitative and gather the needs that then goes into the survey. So that really informs the survey. The survey gives us results that we can look at and do analysis of, and gives us a lot of data and statistical confidence, as I said, which is great. But it doesn't tell you the why behind what people picked on their survey. So these additional qualitative interviews afterwards can really help you deep dive and understand what's behind that and get more insight. So my belief is, don't fight it, use all of them, if you have the time and money to do that, of course.
Right. Okay, thanks. Well, it seems like our audience today, we've answered all their questions, so we can wrap up our workshop here early. And I really just want to say thanks to everyone for participating in this series with us. We've really enjoyed the engagement, both live and through LinkedIn, in the ongoing conversations. We've had fun developing and sharing our experience with the jobs to be done approach. And the ultimate goal here is to help you unlock the power of jobs to be done, make your product and marketing decisions more effective, ultimately resulting in delivering more value to help you help more of the people you are in business to serve. And if you have any questions about this methodology or want to discuss an introductory workshop for your team, please reach out on LinkedIn and we'll schedule a time to talk. So again, thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
And I thank you, Brandon. I'd just like to add, as you can tell, we're passionate about jobs to be done and working with our clients. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about jobs to be done, using it. We'd love to have conversations about it. And again, thank you so much for being with us on this journey. We really enjoyed it.